Thank you for coming into this Precise Trader live trading. Just give me 1 minute. Let me share the screen. Okay. Okay, do take note of the risk disclosure and day trading in foreign exchange is risky. Past results are not indicative of future returns. The content on this webinar is purely for educational purpose and use the information entirely at your own risk, and you must assess the risk of all the trades you put in before you take a trade. Okay, and also do take note of the ground rules. Okay, respect the fellow attendees and the presenter. Mute your mic when the presenter is speaking. And for those people who are logging in from YouTube, okay, my apologies because you would not be able to ask questions or any share information unless if you really want to know about our product. I think the best way is, of course, you register with us and you come and join in. Because the reason why we are doing it is because I think we want to uh, provide a quality service to those people who are interested in our service. Because it's like, I mean, if you're not serious, then there's nothing much we can do. I mean, especially this business is unlike other businesses. So you got to be very serious, and the way you have to learn and apply the rules, all it has to be very serious, right? And also ask questions related to trading. Okay, anything related to trading, you can ask. We would be able to attend to your questions, and we would be able to give you an answer. Okay, why Precise Trader? We have 30 years of experience, and in fact, we have seen a lot of ups and downs in our trading life. Because we have seen like even September 11th, cases whereby the market was crashing. There was a few incidents where big move happened. There was once like dollar Swiss, they pegged against the euro dollar. Then there was a very big movement, and in fact, some of the brokerage was also closed during that big move. So if you're not careful, okay, you may be wondering, like when we do things, it's best we do it with proper risk reward, proper money management, proper understanding, and we must need to have a game plan. Okay, because sometimes you must understand that why we don't. I know some people they don't put in stop loss, but you must understand that sometimes some event happen. It might kill us, and we might go a few years back. Because and it's not that easy. So it's best we have a proper risk reward and money management. Okay, and our system is very unique, and we have a price alerts whereby it alerts you, especially when there is an opportunity. Okay, whenever there is a price movement, of course, we need to understand how this thing works. Okay, it might be a bit uh, uh, unique because first time you're seeing this, but at the same time, once you start applying it, once you understand, just like when you learn to drive. Okay, first time when you go and get in the car, I'm sure there's a lot of gadgets in the car which you need to know, and you need to understand the purpose of using that gadgets, and when to use it. The same manner, when you use trading, we need to understand how we want to use it, when we use it, and so on and so forth. Okay, our system has got a dashboard, okay, which is one of the most powerful tool in our system, whereby it gives you an entry, exit, stop loss just by looking at it. In fact, the figures are already there. Okay, you must understand that the figures doesn't keep changing as and when the market moves, because the market, that means the figures would be known to you before you, I mean, when you start the day. So the result, meaning where is the support, where is the resistance, whether should be a buyer, should we be a seller, so on and so forth. And we also have another tool, okay, which is called a trend map. Okay, this is also a very powerful tool which we use. whereby this trend map, if you turn it on, this would tell you whether the market is in a trending mode, whether this is a failure, whether it's a genuine break, false break, and this moves according to the price movement and price action. And this is all live feeds. Okay, we have another tool which we use. We call it a PT zones. Okay, this will also give you a bird's eye view of the markets which we are using at with different time frame. Like it can go lower to 6 hours to as high as 12 hours daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, so on and so forth. And we also have another tool which we use, the strongest and weakest, whereby it will help us to decide which is the best cross to trade. And we provide live signals, 5 types. Okay, basically, this is called scalping, day, news, momentum, and swing. And we do provide a strong backend support. Okay, and this would help you to take this as a career. Okay, now let's go to the products offered. Okay, we do on Forex and all the crosses, all the 36 crosses. And we also look at precious metals like gold, silver. And we also look at futures or CFDs like Dow, NASDAQ, S&P, Russell, and DAX. And we also trade on commodities like crude, natural gas, corn, wheat, so on and so forth. Okay, now we are going into live trading. Okay, let me share the screen. Change the screen. Just give me a minute. Okay, before we start the day, okay, always we must remember that we should be um, uh, getting ourselves prepared. That means, you see, we don't just blindly put in a trade uh, whereby, without doing homework. Okay, meaning you need to ask yourself, okay, what is your game plan and what is it we are looking at? What is to be expected? All this has to be done before we start the day. Okay, in fact, the data that is going to be out tonight, okay, we have only the Canadian IVPMI. Okay, and we also have crude oil inventories from the US. Okay, there isn't much data that is out, so it is going to be in a range trading for tonight unless the market breaks key levels. So more or less we can anticipate. Okay, another thing I just want to uh, suggest and advise you is we have a specific time control for every uh, instruments. Okay, meaning for Forex, we practice normally 6 hours. Okay, 6 hours time belt, 6 hours, 12 hours daily, so on and so forth. So when we are beginning to trade, okay, we need to look at uh, do some groundwork to see whether there is any opportunity. Okay, meaning, okay, you put in a trade. Before you decide to put in a trade, I'm sure like being a trader, you look at multiple time frame charts. Okay, to know the answer. Okay, where is the trend heading? Whether is it up, down, or whether it's sideways on all. So what we are going to do is we are going to look at the system, then finally we compare it with the chart. That means finally we get a confirmation from the chart, then we are good to go. Okay, now when we look at, okay, we start off with okay, trend map. Let me share with you the trend map. Okay, this is a trend map, and this would give you the trend on all the time frames up to quarterly. Okay, up to quarterly. So what is telling you is, okay, this is different time frame, and it's giving you lot of hidden informations which you want to do it. I mean, from the chart, if you look at it, this is very tedious, and you have to spend a lot of time. But without looking at the chart, we are going to show you how this is done, and I'm going to give you a trade setup and give you a call based on this. Okay, the tool is very simple. Okay, when it's in white boxes, okay, white boxes, it means the market is flat, no activity or no movement or within a range. Green means the market is moving out of your previous so-called critical low and critical high. That means previous high and previous low. When it's red, that means this is moving below the previous low. Okay, this is very simple. So when we look at this on the top, we have a 15 minutes, and we have 2 hours, we have 4 hours, 6 hours, 12 hours, daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly. So if you look at euro dollar, okay, let's say we are looking at euro dollar. Okay, as of now, all the zeros are not highlighted except for on the daily dollar yen, Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar. Okay, this is telling us a buy call. Okay, and for the 12 hours is giving dollar yen, Aussie, dollar yen, dollar Swiss, Aussie, and New Zealand dollars. Okay, all these are giving a buy call. So what you need to know is, see, basically our system would tell you uh, the answers for all your trading needs. Okay, that means, like in short, what we are trying to tell you is, that means how long you're going to hold the trade, what is your price target, what is your entry, what is your stop loss, what is your exit. All the answers you need to know can be derived from the system, and you can put in your trades based on, and of course do your own method and to get a confirmations, and once you're confirmed, then probably you can place the order, right? So now we are looking at dollar yen. Okay, dollar yen now is worth trading now because this is trading above the previous day high. Aussie dollar is trading above the previous day high, and New Zealand dollar is trading above the previous day high. So these are the three trades that is an opportunity for us to trade. Okay, now how do you look at it is, okay, daily is showing a buy. The 720 12 hours is giving also a buy. Okay, but the thing you need to take note is this 12 hours, this is going to expire in another 50 minutes. So in other words, if you are going to go for a buy on this cross, let it be whether the dollar, yen, or Aussie or New Zealand, you now is not a time to go for a buy, but this is the time to start booking your profit, because you only have another 50 minutes left for this trade to finish. So the informations I'm gathering here is, okay, right now I am not a buyer on dollar yen, but I can trade. Okay, I'm going to tell you how it's been done and how we can do it. So the next, let's say we look at dollar yen. The 720, the 12 hours is giving a buy, but your 360 is flat, and your 240 is flat, and your 120 minus 1 is red. Okay, so this is a clue. So what it's telling you is, okay, on the whole, on the daytime, I mean on the daily chart, is a buy, but on the 2 hours, the market has made a high and market is turning down. Okay, so now the trick is whether should we buy and close before the high registered, or whether this is going to be a major turn. So I'll give you an answer for that. So now we are concentrating on dollar yen. Basically, it's a buy, but 2 hours has given us a sell call, meaning the market may have made a high, or the market may be in a range on the 2 hours chart. This is the clue I'm getting from, getting for dollar yen. Okay, the next thing we need to do is we get an answer by looking, sorry, I think it's the wrong screen. Okay, we call it a PT zone Forex. So this is a bird's eye view. This would also give you an answer, okay, or clue. So here, when we look at dollar yen, you see on the daily, the R8 means the market is trading at resistance zone level 8, and weekly is trading at resistance zone 1, and previous 360 is all strong. So overall is the market is what the answer or what the clue I'm getting now is market has made a high, and it may have reached the resistance, and right now your 360 is flat. Okay, so that means we may have seen the high. Okay, we may have seen the high, but again, we need to get a confirmation before we do. But we have to see for the next one, which is your final, which is your dashboard. So the dashboard again, this would give you your entry, exit, and stop loss. So when we look at your dashboard, dollar yen, okay, right now is trading at 146.95. So what we need to ask is see where the market is trading, see where the registered high is, and get the information. All the informations can be derived from here, and also see where the trend is. So we look at it, and how we apply it is, okay, we read this in zone levels. Okay, basically what it tells you is we have three steps for the prices to go up and three steps for the prices to go down, and all these are staircase to the prices. Okay, and whatever the tool you may use, okay, I'm not sure what tool you use. You may use Fibonacci, you may use trend channel, pitchfork, or any drawing tools. Okay, even moving averages, and all these are built in the system, because like as I told you, this is, we have been doing this R&D for the last more than 20 years to develop this, and finally we are good to go to share with the public. Okay, right now the market is trading at 146.85. So what we need to know is today's high. Okay, today's high is 147.85, and today's low is 144.30, right? So, and we see where the high has happened and where the low has happened. So these are the two things we need to know. So the low has happened at our resistance zone level. That means there is a strong buying force from the low and started moving up, and the high has hit our resistance level, which is 47.75, and it went up by 10 pips and it failed. So the two things we need to consider is, okay, this may be the high. Okay, this may be the high, but again, we need to get an answer. Then the next thing is, right now the market is trading at 46.80. Okay, so in fact, the 46.60, there is a strong support. If it breaks, then 46.25, that is the next strong support. Once it breaks, then it's a failure. That means the bulls have failed, then it's going to go lower. So now the tricky part is, okay, now we need to know the decision, how we are going to trade, and where our entry, exit, and stop loss. So all I know is I've seen a high at 47.85. So if I'm going to go for a buy, I should be exiting before 147.85. And on the other hand, okay, if let's say I'm going for a buy, and I must make sure that 146.60 holds, and my stop would be below 146.20. Okay, this is my stop loss. If I'm buyer, I would be buying closer to this level and putting my stop below this level, and exiting before 147.85. I'm going to give you an answer how this is all done. Okay, the next thing is if I'm going to go for a sell, okay, all I need to know is, okay, we need to exit before 46.60, 46.80, and I would want to sell near 47.75. That means I would want to sell at 47.45 or 47.45 is where the resistance. The next is 47.10. Okay, anywhere above that level, that would be my comfortable selling levels. Okay, I need you to ask yourself whether are you a conservative trader or whether are you an aggressive trader. Conservative trader means, you don't want to take too much of risk and you exit with a very small profit and with a least risk. Aggressive trader is you don't mind taking big risks and also you don't mind waiting or giving more time for the break to happen and for bigger rewards. So this is how. So you need to ask yourself whether am I a conservative trader or whether am I a aggressive trader. Then we are good to go. Okay, now since now we have another 40 minutes left. Okay, I don't want to initiate any trade now because you see our practice is, okay, we look for opportunities 4 times a day. Okay, this is all very systematic. So we try to do it within that 4 times, and whenever there is a time belt finishing, then we try to wait until the next time belt comes into play. This is just like resetting the thing, and you must have this practice of doing it so that you don't get yourself emotionally bonded and you don't get yourself stick to the trades unnecessarily and get lose money unnecessarily, right? So now we look at this. Okay, now we have an answer. Okay, now remember I told you earlier on by looking at your daily, I should be selling at near 47.40 or 47.10. Okay, 147.10. So this is where the resistance is, 147.40 and 147.10. So right now the market is 146.70. It's already moved into the selling zone. Okay, this is your 360. That means this is your 6-hour chart that is telling you. So overall is market has already moved into the selling zone. So we should be looking to sell higher and exiting before that. Earlier on I said it's 46.60 and 46.30. So I will be giving you an answer in a short while, right? So now you look at it right now, the market is trading at 46.70. So now looking at this, okay, if I want to trade, like as I said, for the next 40 minutes, I would not want to initiate any trade. That's one, rule number one. Second is, okay, if I want to initiate, I would want to sell near 47.40 and put a stop above 47.85 or 47.90. This is for aggressive traders. But if you're a conservative trader, then you need to sell near 47.60. Okay, 5 pips below the resistance level, then put your stop above 47.90. Of course, whether the trade is going to get filled or whether we would be in the trade, all this, of course, I will be looking at the chart, then giving you an answer, right? So my stop is fixed at 47.90. My entry is 47.40 and 47.60, and my TP is definitely I want to exit before 46.60. Okay, 46.60, that means it's 46.75 or 46.60. So I more or less I have taken this call, right? So now I'm going to give you a final answer by looking at the chart to see whether the chart is also giving me the same answer. So if all are giving us the same answer, then we are good to go. Then we can trade comfortably, right? So let me Okay, looking at this, in fact, looking at the daily chart, okay, what we feel is, okay, this is a failure. That means, this is trying to make a base, then, it was an extension, and this is a failure. Okay, this is the price has rejected on the daily. Okay, this is rejected on the dot at our resistance level, which is 47.85 and 48.40. These are the two resistance levels, right? So this is rejected. Okay, the next thing is, remember our system said that this was a red on the 2-hour chart. Okay, this is the candle that the system was pointing. So now when we look at our 2-hour chart, okay, this might be the high. Okay, this might be the high. If this is a high, then this low has to go. But if this is not the high, then chances are this is going to be in the range again. So there's only two things this is going to happen. One is a temporary high is seen, that is for sure. Second is we may see the price in range trading within these levels, or we may see the price moving lower. Okay, these are the two things. So now we have eliminated and we are looking to go for a sell. But the answer, I mean, of course, the thing is, of course, I need to know whether the price is going to go lower to this level, or whether the price is going to be in this range. Remember, early on the system was saying, okay, the system was saying that we should be selling at 47.40. Okay, that is our aggressive trade call, and 47.60 is our conservative trade call. So now we go into zoom in, we look at 15 minute. Okay, 15 minute, and we decide what should we do. Okay, by looking at the 15 minute, okay, this is looks like, okay, this may be the high. Okay, if this is the high, this low has to break. If this is not the high, then we may see the price pushing towards 48.50, then turn. Okay, these are the two things this is going to happen. This is all this I'm now sharing with you on based on the chart informations which you would be able to do, right? So now looking at this, if I want to trade this, like as I told you, I have to wait for another 30 minutes more, before we initiate this trade. So by looking at this, 47.40, 47.60 is a good level to sell. Okay, this is a very good level to sell. And if this is the high, we should not see the price going above 47.45. So all these answers I'm giving you is based on the chart. See, first I've given you based on the system. Now I'm giving you an answer based on the chart, right? So now we are good to go. So now I've given you a call. Okay, I'm giving you a call. Okay, we would want to sell at 47.40. Okay, put a stop above 47.90, and our TP should be before 46.30 if this is going to be a range trading. So that means probably I may want to exit before 46.55. Okay, so this is my call. Okay, selling at 47.40, stop at 47.90, TP at 146.60. And this is going to be a range trading for the next 6 hours. So this call can be valid for the next 6 hours. Okay, this is a conservative trade setup, and this is the trade we can look into. Okay, the next thing is we need to wait for the next opening. That means another 30 minutes will be opening. So once we open, the system would give you the new levels. Okay, most likely, this might be your immediate resistance. So if this is an immediate resistance, then chances are this price should be breaking and we should be going lower towards 145 30. So that means, okay, what is going to happen is after this new time belt comes into play, so I'll be putting in like two trades. One is to sell near this level if this level is going to be the high. Then again, my stop loss for this would be a tighter. That means which will be 47.50. So that is going to be my stop. And I see whether the price breaks this level, then I would be exiting at 45.60. So I have two calls based on this, based on the system, based on our chart confirmation. So you can check later I mean, after another 30 minutes, because another 30 minutes, we wouldn't know how this market is going to trade. But I would be very comfortable if I am able to see 47.40. That would be my comfortable selling level. But on the other hand, if I don't get it, then probably a slightly 10-20 pips lower, I would still go for a sell. But again, the stop should have for this should be above 47.50. So because what is going to happen is, so if you look at on the 2-hour chart, so this is going to make, okay, lower highs. You know, if let's say the 47.50 doesn't break, then this is going to make a lower high and lower low, and the price should start to come. And of course, we should exit before this. Definitely, we should exit before 45.60 or 45.55. We should not be waiting for or greedy more lower than that, because the market may have taken a base, or it is still in a range, right? So this is our call for dollar yen. Okay, now we look at Aussie dollar. Okay, just now we were looking at Aussie dollar and New Zealand dollar. Okay, let me change the screen. Okay, so the next one is Aussie dollar. Okay, this is giving a buy call on the daily. Okay, and your 720, which is 12 hours, this is going to end another 30 minutes. So these two are giving the same signal. And your 360 is flat, and your 120 is flat, and only your 15 minute is showing red. Okay, so we are not very sure whether the high has already been seen, because we are not getting any signal from the lower time frame, right? So as of now, we still take it as a buy, but you must understand that we also need to know. There's one more thing I also want to tell you. It's good to know the boundary before you put in a trade. Okay, so this is something which I also want to share with you, so at least you know you can trade with confidence. Okay, now let me share with you that. Okay, before I go into this thing. Okay, the dollar yen boundary. Okay, you can also get it from our website. Okay, this is our website. We publish every day the report, and for dollar yen, you know, it's like we have given you the daily boundaries. You know, you look into this. Okay, this was published about I think about more than 6 hours back. You know, it's local about 10, 11 Singapore time, you know, about 11 o'clock. So now is 16:30, so about 5 hours back. So here we are saying that, okay, like you see here, just to quickly run through this. Okay, dollar yen closed at 44.30, which is at RL2. This is trading above the previous day high, which is 46.50, and closed near the open and into the buying zone on the daily, and has taken support at 45.75 and 45.45. we need to clear 147.10 and 147.45. So in other words, now this level will become a resistance, okay, for further strength, otherwise within a range between this level. So this is morning we published the report. So the dollar yen is showing strength on the hourly and daily while above 46.25 because that's the key level. But 46.40 is a critical because this is a previous week low. So we need to pay attention to all these levels. Then the next one is dollar yen, the high 46.40 broke, and we may see 47.20 and 48.40 because this is our projection when morning, the market was trading around 46.50 or 46.60 around that level. And yen is weak against all the crosses. Okay, we have seen the low on 360 at this, and we have seen a violation zone low at 44.05. So sentiment is bullish above 46.25 and 45 towards 147.45 and 48.10. So in other words, we are expecting the price to hit 48.10 or even 48.50. Just now the 48.40. We saw. Then since the high was 47.85, so chances are that might be the high, right? So then alternatively within range, this is the thing. Then today's expected boundary. Okay, this is the boundary means this is the maximum we can expect for today. So the low maximum we can see is 44.30, 45.40. Any time if you get this level, don't hesitate. You can go for a buy. Then on the high towards 48, 48.40, 49.20, provided 47.10 breaks. So that means the high for the boundary, it can go above 48, 48.40 or even 49.20, provided the market has got strength. But as of now, I think by looking at the chart and by looking at uh, the trading levels, okay, looks like we may have seen the high. We may have seen a pivot high. So that means this chances are this levels may not be reached, right? So this is the thing. So to know that, okay, since we are doing Aussie, okay, Aussie also I think is good. We just look into that. What is the boundary we needed? Because since I mean it's a buy. I mean honestly, it's a buy, and we expect the price to go higher. But of course, we need to know how high it can go and where can we go for a sell. So for the daily boundary for the Aussie, we are looking at 66 and 66.40, provided 65.40 and 65.70 breaks. So we need to know what is the high, right? So that means if the 65.40, 65.70 breaks, we may see 66 or 66.40. If this level doesn't break, then that might be the high. But since Aussie, we are saying that this is a bullish on the daily, the system. So we need to see whether the high is seen, or we may look into to see the high. Okay, another way also we can also look into the system is to see against the crosses. Okay, that would also give you a clue whether the high is already seen. Okay, just now the dollar yen, you see here. Okay, the dollar yen on the 2 hours, we have seen the high against euro yen, pound yen, Swiss yen, Aussie yen, CAD yen, except New Zealand and Sing dollar yen. Okay, so that is also an indication that the high may be seen. Okay, that is another clue that we can look forward to see that the high is seen. So it's the same note on the Aussie. Okay, just now remember the Aussie, we didn't get any clue on the strength on the Aussie dollar, but Aussie yen has topped, Aussie New Zealand may have topped, and Aussie Sing may have topped. Okay, so we have three crosses that is telling us that a high is seen. Okay, high is seen. So chances are the Aussie dollar, the high may have been seen as well. right? So the one again, we have to look into the system, then we see. See, there is, see, we do it, if you notice, we do it all with the system and with proper uh, 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 analysis, right? So now you see here, early on, I told you that the Aussie dollar, we are looking at provided 65.40 and 65.70. So today's high is 65.65. Okay, 65.65, and now it's trading at 65 half. So there might be a chance that this might be the high. Okay, because remember we told you that we need to see 65.70 break, then only we can see 66. Okay, now we look at your 360. Your 360 is also telling us that if it breaks 65.55 and lower 65.30, then it's a confirm that the high is seen, then it's a failure. So that is what the system is saying. So again, now we look at a chart and I'll give you a call for that. So now whether the high is seen or should we expect one more push to the high. So all this, you just have to do it with, okay. Yeah. So if you look at this on the 2 hour, okay, if you look at daily, okay, whatever the system says, okay, you can tally it with the chart. Okay, it's trading above the previous day high, which is 65.40, right? So there is a strong resistance at 65.70. So the market has not broke the resistance. So now it's trading within the resistance. So now your 2 hours is trading in a range. Okay, this is in a range. So now the answer is whether have we seen the high or the high is yet to be seen. Okay, chances are, it might be a 50-50 chance. Okay, because the reason is, okay, we are seeing a divergence on the 15-minute. So for confirmation, we should not see the price breaking above this level, and we need to see the break of this 30, then we can safely say that this is going to be a pivot high. So this is the only clue we can get as of now. So if you want to you want me to give you a call for this, okay, there's two things. Okay, if you are a conservative trader, try to sell near this level, okay, 65.60, and put a stop about 20-25 pips higher. That means 65.85. Then you got to exit before 65.35 or 65.25. This is not going to give you a big move, but it's just a limited profit. Okay, on the other hand, okay, if you feel if you're an aggressive trader, then probably you may want to sell and put a stop above 66.30, then you sell again at 66, then you wait for the market to turn. So there's only clue I'm getting is either we may have seen the high or we may get one spike up before the high is seen and come down. But right now it's 50-50. I mean, there is not a very clear indication whether we have seen the high. See, what you remember, whatever we do, okay, we got to trade by the rule, and by to trade what you see in the market, okay, not what your expectations. If you feel the high is seen, then go in the direction. If you feel not is seen, then you have to take your trade decisions accordingly. Then if you're not clear, sometimes the market doesn't give you any clear signals. The best thing is stay sideline. Just wait until you get a very clear signal or clear answer. And this is how you can be in the business and be in the trade day in day out, and you can trade with comfortably, right? Okay, so I think with that I conclude today's session. So now I just want to say that we have one more session tomorrow. Okay, 7 at 19:45. Okay, tomorrow I think there is a news trading. I know if I'm not mistaken, I think there might be some data out because Friday, being Singapore holiday, so Friday we don't have, and next week we have Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Okay, and also next every Monday. Okay, every Monday we have a weekly market outlook. So that might be quite interesting because we can share with you what is to be expected for the whole week. That means what are the key data that is going to be out, then what are the instruments which will be giving us a best opportunity to trade. So all this would be interesting to note. Okay, so now any questions? Okay, before I end the session, and any questions or anything? Okay, do feel free to give us your feedback. And if you feel if you're not very clear, then of course this video would be uploaded on YouTube, so you can play back and see whether uh, because it's first time, I don't expect you to grasp everything and know everything instantaneously. So you need to uh, apply again and again and again then to see how this thing works. But once you understood the concept, okay, and once you understood why we are doing this and all, then I think it would be a good way to move forward, right? So, and also one more thing is, if you have any friends, who are in this business, you bring them in. So at least, the group can get bigger. So at least, we can discuss and we can make use of the time worthwhile. Because you see, we're not doing, end of the day is we want to recruit traders. In fact, we are looking for traders. We want to train people, and there's a lot of things which we are looking for. But of course, we need from your side also. So if you are interested, if you really feel that you're full-time traders and you are into this industry, then probably you may want to join us. Then we can see, we can even fund your account, and we can do that as well. Okay. So this is the thing. Any questions? Okay. So I know, see, some of you, see, I don't know because you all are being very quiet. So what I would suggest is, if anything I say, maybe I might be moving too fast or too slow, you can always, clarify, because I think that's the only way we can learn. And this time is really is value for money. So you have to make sure that you utilize it in a nice way. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, then looking forward to see you again tomorrow at 19:45. Okay, and this is going to be live trading. Live trading means we are going to trade live together, and when the data announcement, and of course we will tell you what are the steps to be taken. Okay, this is a pre-announcement and post-announcement. In fact, yesterday we did an Aussie trade. Okay, this was we expected that Aussie dollar, the rate announcement to be unchanged, and we made, I think, about 130 pips, if I'm not mistaken. We made about two, three trades. We made money. One was close at break even. So that is an opportunity to look forward to, right? Okay, thank you. Thank you, and see you again tomorrow. Bye.